Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I am back again doing your May 2016 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in my dear sweet Lammy Pop Scorpio. And for those of you who don't know what a little Lammy Pop is, it's just like a little sweet miniature lamb. And it's sort of like, I think of Scorpio, when I think of Scorpio, I think of a very endearing person, somebody who's that sweet, who's just like, you know, if there was like a little miniature lamb, that sweetness would apply to Scorpios. Now, other people think that they can be, you know, divas, and it does, you know, matter, you know, what other planets they have in their chart too. It does. You make a difference. Not everybody's the same, but my experience with Scorpios has always been just that they're endearing people and they make really great friends, and they do have a stinger, but you know, for the most part, if you never do them wrong, you're safe. So, you know, you gotta sleep with one eye open with a Scorpio. But that's how they are. And but anyways, so I have a soft spot for Scorpio. So anyways, my update is I am going to be doing the sex and relationship videos. I'm not sure when I'm going to be posting those for May. I'm doing those for May, so stay tuned for those. Those are going to be for purchase and rental only, so you won't be able to watch those for free, and it will be restricted to most countries around the world, whatever YouTube allows. So if you see that it's not allowed in your country, then you know, there's nothing I can do about that. But for most everybody who's on YouTube, you'll be able to view them. So if you rent them, okay. So the other thing too is, just as an update, I am trying to still phase out my mid-month readings, but I'm doing as much recording as I possibly can to try to keep up with it. If you don't see a mid-month reading posted, then just know that chances are I haven't gotten to it and I've just been busy. If you would like a private reading with me, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. I'd love to get you scheduled. And I did do a video on how to book a reading, which I will put, I think it'll be over here, you know, in the little... I'll put a link to it so you'll be able to see how to book a reading with me. It's really, really simple. So, yeah, so let's see what you guys get. I'm just going to lay out a spread here. Now, I actually started to record this yesterday, but I was running out of light and stopped. And... you know, I had said in that video, as I have said in other videos that I've done for May, that basically there's a certain energy, there's a certain thing that's going on. My guides have said that May is a gateway month, and it came through when I was doing one of my other videos. And I truly believe that that's the case, which means there's going to be a lot, there's going to be a lot of elements of betrayal, loss, sacrifice, feeling sort of in between, not here, not there, maybe just kind of hanging a little bit, and not really knowing what's really going on. Scorpios like to ask the question why, but I would definitely not try to ask that question in May, because you're going to get confused, okay? You're going to get kind of stuck, because it's not a month to ask that question. You need to wait until June. You'll have the bigger picture. Things will be more clear in June, and you'll understand why things have gone on in May. May is just an in-between type month. It's a gateway. It's sort of like you're not... it's sort of like you're standing in the middle, in the doorway. You know, you're not in the past. You know, you've completed things, and you know, the energy of the past is old, and you're moving out of it, but haven't yet claimed your future. You haven't yet claimed what's yours. So that's yet to come. And so if you feel like, you know, things aren't moving forward as much as you would like, or if you feel like, you know, you don't understand what's going on, that's why, okay? You didn't get the Three of Swords, which is good. The Three of Swords has come up for many signs, almost every sign that I have done, with I think one exception or two exceptions. So it's a strong energy, and that's like endings, things ending, so new things can begin. I've been saying it's kind of like the final nail in the coffin, so to speak, where, you know, you really can't go forward doing like the same old thing, energy. So, I think I'm just going to start with the Knight of Wands here. So the Knight of Wands energy, and I'm just going to show you, this is what's crowning you. And again, this is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in Scorpio for the month of May 2016. The Knight of Wands, it can be you, Scorpio males, checking someone out, okay? You know, I see you kind of thing. You know, you may be checking out the territory. You may have a little bit of a wandering eye, okay? If you're watching this for a Scorpio and you're not a Scorpio yourself, say you're watching this for like a Scorpio ex, or Scorpio current boyfriend or husband, they may be not really paying attention. They may be very distracted, because in this position, it's really weird, because this Knight of Wands is looking back at the past or looking off in the distance, and you're not really sure what they're looking at, okay? So you may be like, you may have like a hint. You may have like gotten wind that they're checking somebody out, or they have a little bit of a wandering eye, or they're not really totally, you know, focused on you. They may be distracted. They may be not communicating as much. You know, this is where they may be, you know, interested in somebody else. It may not have happened where they've gone and cheated or anything like that, but I pulled another card to see like what is going on with them, and what's going on with them is the Justice card. So there is some element of legal. This could be someone you are planning on divorcing. They could be contemplating divorce too themselves. They may have already filed paperwork. You may have filed paperwork, but this is what's going on in their mind, okay? So in a way, they're out of the relationship. The relationship may have been over, you know, 100 years ago. You may have been, say, like in a relationship with someone where the marriage, say you were married or you were in a relationship, the marriage or the relationship was really dead like a while ago, okay? Because I feel like in a way your mind, especially if you are going through a divorce or wrapping up a divorce, thinking about a divorce, Scorpio males, your mind is on that divorce and your mind is stuck in the past. You're not over that yet, okay? And you have to, I feel like you're distracted in the sense that you're not paying attention to like what's going on in the present moment, you know? And female Scorpios, this could be you as well in some way, because I do see the Knight of Wands as being a fierce female, Joan of Arc type of person, just very, very fierce. I feel like you are driving around, Scorpio females, I feel like you are driving around and you are not paying attention at all where you're going, okay? You're doing a lot of things and the car is going one direction, your mind is someplace else. Maybe you're calling someone, you're texting someone, you're thinking about some other things, maybe something that said to you, someone, you know, talking to you at work, whatever it is, getting a phone call or something. There is some distraction. You need to be careful of that, because I feel like you are not paying attention, okay? Now, you may have some planets in Sagittarius and or some planets in Cancer, because the Cancer is always looking back at the past, okay? Whether you're guy or girl, doesn't matter. Some planets in Cancer, some planets in Sagittarius. Those are the first two that I get. Leo also, because Leo a lot of times has this kind of higher than everyone else perspective a little bit, and their head is kind of in the clouds, okay? Their head is in the clouds and they're not really paying attention to the future so much. They can kind of get stuck in the past, they get lost in the present moment, but they're not really looking ahead. And the Knight of Wands needs to pay attention to what's going on, what's coming next, needs to turn around. You know, you may be headed backward in some way, in a relationship, moving backwards. Do not get back with an ex. If you are contemplating that, that would be a wrong move, okay? I'm just saying, do not get back with an ex. Do not let this Knight of Wands, whether you're single or not, do not let this person back into your life. I feel like some of you are there is someone from the past. Like, this could be like an ex-husband. You could be the ex-husband, and you know, or like you could be going through like a divorce and it's not even finalized, and your partner's like, can I come back? You know, do you want to get back together? And you're not sure, you're hesitating. There's the thing about the Knight of Wands is that there's this moment of hesitation, okay? This moment of hesitation where you're not sure. The lion is like holding its foot up because it's not sure where to go next. You may be just kind of, you know, not sure how to go forward by alone without a partner, or you're not sure how to go forward in your life. There's something about, you know, you may be feeling quite insecure beginning of May, how to move forward. That's the main thing. And there is this moment of hesitation. And I will warn you, I will caution you about hesitation, okay? And to me, this is a red flag. If you know better, or if you are hesitating about something, sometimes it's a good thing, but in this case, I don't feel that it's a good thing. I feel like there's a red flag and you're not paying attention to it. I feel like you've already been down. For some of you, it's getting back with an ex-wife, an ex-partner, an ex-whatever, boyfriend or girlfriend. And, you know, this is like, you know, contemplation of should you get a divorce for some of you. But there's a hesitation. There's a moment of hesitation. Should you stick with it? The answer is no. Okay. Some of you want to stick and stay, and you know you're fixed. Because you got the devil here too. There's the devil. You are fixed on something, and it's, you know, you feel maybe, and for some of you it's financial. For some of you, you know, your partner has a wandering eye, literally has a wandering eye, and you know, you want to get a divorce, but you can't leave because of financial reasons, or because of the kids, or because of this, that, and the other, okay? And you feel like you're stuck or you're trapped. Some of you are the devil, okay? And there's temptation to cheat, and there's been temptation to cheat, and what you really need to do is get a divorce. Either way, I feel like there's major arcana stuff going on with this Knight of Wands. And I do feel like, Scorpio guys, this is you. Scorpio females, this could be someone else in your life, or it could be you, in the sense that, excuse me, and that if you are very, very fierce, if you have a lot of those other planets, and if you are not paying attention to where you're going and you need to pay attention, or if you're hesitating. There was this quote, and I don't think I'm going to get it right. I feel it was from it was from like an action movie where he says, assuming is the mother of all fuck-ups. And I'm going to say, hesitation is the mother of all fuck-ups, okay? There was a time in my life, I'm going to say this, just a little side note. There was a time in my life, and some of you know this about me already, but that I stayed over at a boyfriend's house when I should have left. And that decision, that hesitation, that moment of hesitation cost me dearly. It almost cost me my life. And it cost me 2 years, 3 years of recovery after that. So, so in a way it did cost me my life. And it was one of those things where when I see this, this is where you need to, this is the kind of thing that I want to tell you. You need to really, you know, break free. You know, you need to get out of this. You need to find a way dig deep within yourself and go. Get out. Don't stay. Because there will be regret. There will be regret. There will be repercussions. There will be problems. There will be sadness and sorrow to follow if you stay. And conflict too. And conflict. To me, it's drama. Some of you are in a relationship which should have ended, again, years ago. You know, you're contemplating divorce. Maybe your partner's contemplating divorce. You know, there will be more conflict in May. May is the gateway month. And so there will be issues come May with this, okay? Some of you, in the middle of May, are going to be struggling with some health-related issues, or you may be actually taking care of like an elderly parent. There may be someone, specifically male, it could be your dad, could be your uncle, could be someone who's older, like even like a family friend, someone that's having health issues, okay? This is where they're, you know, sleeping a lot. They're, you know, some of you are dealing with someone who's like elderly and they have Alzheimer's, okay? Some of them are kind of going in and out of consciousness too. You know, some of them may be like in the hospital. There is something about taking care of an elderly person around you, specifically male, for you, okay? You do get the Hanged Man in reverse, okay? This is also where the Hanged Man stays in something for too long, okay? So the story of the Hanged Man is a little boy who gets into a fight with their friend, or, you know, bullies at school, or, you know, their parents, and they run out into the forest and they're starting to cry, and the tree puts the branch around the little boy or girl and says, you know, what's the matter? You know, what can I do to help? What's going on? And the little boy says, well, you know, I don't have the strength to get through this. I'm just so sad and sorrowful, and I just don't think I can get through this. I don't want to go, maybe little boy's like, I don't want to go back to school, or I don't want to go back home. And the tree says, whatever the problem is, the tree is like, don't worry, I'll help you out. I'll just lend you my strength for a period of time until you can get through it, until you're ready to face whatever you need to face, or to get through whatever you need to get through. It is a time of waiting, okay? The Hanged Man in reverse is an extended, long time, okay? Some of you who have been waiting, maybe you've been waiting on a divorce to settle for a long time. That's what I want to say. It's a long, drawn-out thing, long, drawn-out battle, okay? And it has affected your health. It has affected, you know, other people in your life. It's affected the family. Those of you who have children, specifically a little girl. I want to say there's like a little girl, maybe two little girls that is affected. I feel like it's just a long, drawn out thing. And so, okay, so back to the story. So the little boy or girl is, you know, hangs in the tree, and the tree helps them out for this period of time, for a long period of time though, okay? Because the Hanged Man and the Upright, they're hanging out for a couple weeks to a couple months. The Hanged Man in reverse is like years, okay? And during that time, the little boy or little girl is just hanging onto the tree and not eating and not sleeping, and, you know, the tree's helping them out because it's like a pause. To me, it's the pause. It's pushing the pause button on your life. It's that not moving forward. Again, it's interesting. I was talking about moving through that doorway. It's not moving through that doorway. In some sense, your life has been put on pause mid-May, or it has been put on pause for an extended period of time. And mid-May, you're just noticing, you know, you may notice that your health is deteriorating. You need to take better care of your health. It's taking its toll. There's some element of it taking its toll on you. The stress of not moving forward is going to take its toll. And I want to say, for those of you who like are going through like a long extended divorce, you need to let it go. You need to like just let it, just whatever it is that you're waiting on or hanging in there for, you need to let it go. Some of you, I want to say letting go, like some of you, like an elderly parental type figure needs to go into a home. Okay, if you are trying to, you know, take care of them and your family, you know, it's time, okay, for them to go into the home. That's what I want to say, into a nursing home or assisted living kind of care. Okay, they need care. Okay, and this is also recovering. In some cases, this is recovering from an injury, like sports-related injury for some of you. I want to say this is extreme burnout for others. So some of you have experienced burnout or will be experiencing some kind of burnout mid-May, where you may not feel like doing a damn thing, okay? And that's okay. And I want you to, I'm giving you permission, not that you need my permission, but I'm giving you permission in May, in mid-May, should you want to rest and take a break, it's the time to do so mid-May. And I know we're going through a retrograde, and so it could be retrograde energy where it's just like things are really slowing down for everyone, but I feel like for you, you need to take a rest, or there will be ramifications. If you do not take care of your health mid-May, there will be problems, okay? Serious health problems for you. So some of you are like extremists, okay? And Scorpios can be extremists. Like the extreme, my guide is showing me like the athlete, you know, the person that's like, you know, working out like 24/7, like every single day, and your body is deteriorating, you know, you're just burning yourself out, okay? Some of you, you're not sleeping and you haven't been sleeping for a long period of time, and this is going to cause you serious health problems, you know, in May if you do not sleep. So, I want to say you might need to go to like a sleep clinic or someplace like that where, you know, you go and they kind of regulate your sleep and they say, okay, now you need to go to bed, you know, and then you sit there, you know, twiddling your thumbs, you know, waiting to kind of get into that mode. Some of you just need to get more into like a sleep, like on a sleep schedule or sleep pattern. The other thing that I want to bring up, this card in my other deck, okay, I have the Tarot de Marseille deck. It's a very traditional deck, but the Hanged Man in that deck talks about loss, okay? So there may be someone who's like elderly and is going to pass away, because the May is a gateway month, and I feel like, you know, this is part of letting go. This is part of that letting go. Some of you need to let go of an older, you know, family member in the month of May. But the Hanged Man in reverse to me is about hanging in there, but barely, okay? So someone may be on like a machine, you know, breathing machine and whatnot, you know, just barely hanging on, okay? And you may be at a point where you come down to the very end of your patience with something, and it's, you know, you're hanging on by a thread, a tiny little thread, and you could snap at any time, okay? So you have to start taking better care of your, getting better sleep so you don't get to that point, okay? Because I feel like you're headed down to that point where you could snap, and when you do snap, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for anybody around you. It's going to be unhealthy, and there's going to be conflict. You know, because I pulled the Knight of Swords also, who is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra male. Could be you because he's wearing armor, and I do see the Knight of Swords as like a Scorpio male. I feel a very strong Scorpio male vibe when I'm reading here. So Scorpio females, forgive me. I just want to say that I feel like Scorpio females, you are dealing with some issues, some long-standing issues that are wearing you down, okay? Same with the Scorpio guys, but I feel like that's the main thing. You're kind of getting worn down, okay? And you need to, your body physically needs to rest. You need to give yourself a rest, especially females. It's really important that you do so. But, okay, going back to my Tarot de Marseille deck, the Hanged Man in that deck is about learning what's most important through loss. and having to go through a lot, paying a lot of karmic debts, waiting on things and waiting on things and waiting on things and things not coming. You may have a lot of Capricorn also in your chart, because the Capricorn journey, I feel like there, you know, is to me the Hanged Man. For a lot of Capricorns, just delays and things, and it's all about delay. And to me, the Hanged Man is delayed for a really long time. So you may have some strong Capricorn in your chart somewhere too. But there is a strong air feel here, so you may also have some planets in Gemini, Libra, Aquarius too. To me, it's a card that is about hard lessons and learning the hard way, and waiting on the will of heaven, letting go, okay? Letting go and saying, you know, giving up control, because, you know, of wanting things to happen when you want them. You know, the little boy in the story of the Hanged Man can't control what's going on. There's circumstances beyond his control. So he goes, and the reason he can't deal with them is because it's out of his control. And Scorpios need control. So there may be, again, there's a sense here in May that you may feel things kind of being a little bit out of your control, things upsetting you because you can't control them, and they're hard and they're difficult and they're challenging. But the thing about this is that you are learning what's most important by, you know, again, giving up things, you know, by only going down to one pair of jeans, a pair of sneakers, and a bra and a t-shirt. You really learn what's most important, you know? And it's not material things. And I feel like some of you are very material oriented, okay? There's a materialism here. You know, you're money hungry. There's the selfishness too. You have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles is, you know, like, okay, the story of the Page of Pentacles is there's a girl here, and she has lots of potential. She has a seed of potential, which is new opportunities, good things, you know, about to happen. But there's this beast, okay, this dragon that she's sitting on, okay, and she has to be careful, because if she, you know, gets too, I want to say, into materialism, the beast will wake up and she'll fall over and she'll break every bone in her body or get seriously injured or hurt. Because through that lesson, or through that loss, she will realize what's most important, okay? So the thing is the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the beast has already woken up. So you may have already gone through, or you will be going through, some major, hard, heavy shit lesson, okay? Where, you know, you may have a lot but lose it all, okay? Or you may have a lot but there may be something really hard that you have to go through, that you have to give up, and that's the lesson. So in my mind, this is someone who's very material focused, overly focused on the material. Now, we all like our jewelry and our, you know, glitz and glamour, okay? So it's to me, it's normal in our society to want that, you know? It's just our society. I mean, it's just the way, it's just sort of pushed onto us in some way, okay? But you are more than this material stuff. And the sooner that you recognize that you can give up this control of wanting things to happen, then the universe doesn't have to take things away for you to learn, okay? And in a way, it's a vicious cycle. It's like the more the universe takes away, the more hungry for it you are. So it's like like if you have one pair of jeans and a t-shirt, you're like, God, I really need to get some clothes, you know? And so you go out and you buy, you know, $400 for the clothes. And then the universe is like, no, you know, we're going to have to take that away because you need to have some major surgery. And you're like, fuck, I can't afford those clothes. So you go in and return all those clothes and you're back to just the t-shirt and jeans. And it's a vicious cycle. So the more that happens to you, the more hungry for the money that you are, the more hungry for the new job that you are, the more hungry for the materialism you are. And people go through, especially if you were raised in a place where there wasn't much money, or there was poverty consciousness. And when I say poverty conscious, that means people around you that didn't want to give up their money, that were holding on so very tightly to everything that they had, because it was the trickle down system from the Depression era generation. For whatever reason, you've been taught to hang on to your job, to hang on to every penny that you have, to hang on to materialism, to hang on to this, and to control, okay, and to control every little thing that happens in your life. And you are going through a time where the universe is forcing you to give up that control. It's forcing you to say, you know what? It's okay. It's okay if I'm homeless. It's okay if I have to go, beg on the street. It's okay. You have to get to that point, because the universe is trying to break you down to that point. But in a way, there's a part of you that's going, no. Like some of you are going, no. Like I can feel it. You're like, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. I never want to be at that point. Some of you have been homeless before, okay? Or some of you have been very, very poor before. And you're like, I never want to get to that point again. I never want to go through that again. And you're not understanding my point here. My point is the universe tests us when we do not want to surrender. When we want what we want and we're hanging on so tightly to everything that we have. And the universe pushes us to a point where we let go, so we understand what's most important, so that we're grateful for those things in our life they're not material, okay? So you need to kind of move past this materialism point. In order for you to move past the point, the universe is going to take some stuff away, okay? That's where you're headed right now. So if you want to be in a place of abundance, you need to let go. You need to wait on the will of heaven. You need to go with the flow. You need to grab a hold of any new opportunities that come your way, whether it's a new job. Some of you have been looking for a job for a long time, and maybe you're not finding it. But this is a point where you have to change your attitude and perspective, because it's a lesson that you're learning, okay? And it's hard when you're looking for a job. Trust me, I know. When you're looking for a job, it sucks. It's the most hardest thing in the world, okay? But it's just something that, to me, it's a long delay, and until you stop trying to control it. You need to give up that control. And there are things that Scorpios have such a hard time with it, because in a way their shadow is the Taurus, and Taurus is the materialistic person. The Taurus is that person that has, they have to have the nice furniture, they have to have the nice handbag, they have to have, that's just who they are, So it's hard for Scorpio to let go, but I feel like you need to embrace new opportunities, new relationships, explore and research new opportunities, new relationships. To me, that's the most important thing. That's what's coming through. And some of you are like going through a phase where, there's this sadness and loneliness, and you don't have a relationship. You don't have the relationship that you would like, okay? To me, it's a little pattern. It's a pattern. You're trying to fill the void that you have emotionally with material things, and it can't. You can't sustain that kind of thing, because it'll never be enough. Okay, so you could, in a way, when I was younger, I could shop every single day, and it was never ever enough. Okay, and again, I feel a very strong Capricorn vibe. My ascendant's in Capricorn. So, that's how I was. But it was just an emotional, when I started to have relationships that were meaningful and meet people that I felt really, really loved me, I did not need to go shopping every day. In fact, shopping was the last thing that I wanted to do. And actually, I started this little garden, this little plot, and I'm on Instagram, by the way, now. Elizabeth Olsen 31 is my Instagram account. And I started, and so there's a little picture of my garden plot in there. And it's interesting because I took a trip to go shopping the other day, and all I wanted to do was come back and plant in my garden. That's all that I wanted. I didn't really care. I didn't care so much about, I mean, I really, like, it was just like, there was other things that I wanted to do, you know? You know, I wanted to come back and go rollerblading. I wanted to come back and water my garden. I wanted to come back and, you know, just hang out with my friends. So, like, all those things became, it was such like a reality check, you know, of how far I've come from that place in my mind where I needed that. So I feel like you're still there where you are not, you are hungry for materialism because it's feeding the void. I feel like some of you, it's you know, you needing to have a relationship that's meaningful, or relationships that are meaningful. Excuse me. It's just a lack of love, and the love is the cure for everything. So this is an energy you can move past, just so you know. I don't feel like it's hopeless. I don't feel like you're doomed. I don't feel like, you know, this is like the end of the world, you know. But some of you do not want to be told that there's going to be major financial loss. I know that. I know that it's like very hard to hear. Okay, it's very, very hard to hear. But I feel like it's going to depend on your perspective. If you're in this mindset of more, needing more, then chances are you will lose, because the message, the energy right now in May is less is more. And real abundance does not come through this material stuff. No. So yeah. So I know I'm going on about that for a while now. Some of you just want to have sex. You guys got 8 of Wands. You're wishing, got the wish card in the position of emotions. You're hoping and wishing and dreaming for the Ace of Wands, which I do like to see for Scorpios, which is one of the sex cards. This is passion. Some of you need to get it on, okay? Some of you really just need to get it on and get laid. That's important, okay? It could be also, I'm looking, I know the Hanged Man is linking up with this 5 of Pentacles girl. I want to say, if you have like a parent or somebody like that who's not well and they're female, that's also coming through too. It could be female as well. I didn't say that. I said the first, I felt first it was like an older male, but it could also be older female too. For some of you, it's like a parent, or it's like a, you know, family friend, or it's, you know, it could be a grandparent for some of you, you know, who are younger. It could be grandparent too. So, some of you are looking to get like a better job, okay? And some of you are wishing to not maybe work so many hours, okay? So it's going to be depending on, you know, your situation. Some of you are working too much and you need to break, and others are, not, you don't have a job, and so that's part of this financial lesson that you're going through. Now you do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is needing to move on from something, followed by the 5 of Wands person. You may be in a relationship to I want to say a Libra. I'm not sure if it was Libra or Cancer that got this. There's a lot of guys showing up here, but none of them are really the best, okay? I feel like you may have had relationships in the past. You have this 2 of Pentacles person showing up in the past, which, you know, usually is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it can be Taurus, Aries, or Capricorn male. I feel a very strong Capricorn vibe here from this guy. You may have dated this Knight of Wands person, but this Knight of Wands person may have only just been sort of slightly interested, but not really. There was no follow through. This Knight of Pentacles person is someone that's also, you know, having a short-lived, it's only going to be short-lived. This Knight of Pentacles person may be just, you moving on from the past, especially if you're Scorpio male, but females also moving on from the past in some way. It can also be someone that, this could be a Scorpio combination, or a Scorpio-Cancer combination, or the Pentacles guy is the Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. So there may be someone that you're moving on from, or that's going to be in your life for only a very short period of time, and then they're going to run for the hills. I feel like this is a pattern, though, for you. I feel like there's a pattern here that's developing. The Knight of Wands is somebody that's moving and traveling very quickly. It can be guy or girl, okay? So you may be driving really fast or traveling very quickly. The Knight of Pentacles also spinning wheels, going, guy or girl. But these are people a lot of times that just zoom in our lives and then zoom out. It's like that. I forget, it was like that for another sign. I don't remember which one it was, but just traveling very quickly, moving very fast. If you're dating and you're younger, these are guys that aren't going to stay in your life for too long, okay? The Five of Wands is someone who runs for the hills, okay? Likes the element of the chase, likes drama, and then runs for the hills. So you may be being pursued by someone towards the end of May that then just does like a bait and switch kind of thing, where you hook up with them like not even once, maybe once, and then you never hear from them again. You have to be careful, because the Ace of Wands followed by the 5, that's like a one-night stand. Okay, that's like a one time. Boom, and then done. Maybe twice. For those of you Scorpios, horny beasts, maybe this is doing it 10 times in one day and then never seeing them again. That's kind of how it is. Now the outcome is the Strength card at the end of May, which means there may be, again, a little bit of a testing time. You may be in a relationship to an Aquarius or Leo, male or female, and they may be your friend. Like, this may be a friend. The Strength card is about friendship. So the focus is going to be less on career and more on friendship and more on, I want to say, passing the tests of the universe towards the end of May. You need to be careful of friends with benefits. I feel like friends with benefits is not going to serve you well. I feel like some of you are turning your back on responsibilities, and other people are turning their back on you. The message is a little bit confusing. The energy is, if you have a friend with benefits, it's not going to go anywhere, and they will ultimately betray you at some point. It could be also you turning your back on them, not wanting to talk to them. This is where somebody doesn't talk to you for some reason. There's this element, again, betrayal. It's showing up. It's showing up through the Seven of Swords, which is the liar, cheater, thief card. Okay, I pulled a couple other cards to see what comes next. And what comes next are some, major arcana. So you got the Seven of Swords plus the Sun, which is another major arcana card. So May is a time of lessons. May is a time where you need to be careful who you put your trust into. This could be a friend turning their back on you. This is a friend backstabbing you. You need to be careful. This could be focus on, I do feel like there's a positive thing here where you may have some, a good friend who's like an Aquarius or Leo, and I feel like that's like a separate element. Later on, this Seven of Swords may just be not friend related, but more relationship related, where you're dating and it's either you find out somebody's cheating on you, or you find out or you're sleeping around. I feel like Scorpio guys, there's a lot of, I don't feel like there's any couples really showing up in this reading. So I feel like there's a lot of single people watching. And I feel like there's a lot of this player type vibe, non-commitment type vibe, which is totally fine if you're just getting out of a relationship. I just want to say, be honest, be open, okay? Be clear about what it is that you want. If a girl says she's not looking for a relationship in the beginning of a relationship, then, you know, you can bet that if you continue to bang her, she will want a relationship later on, okay? She'll think that you want a relationship, but you might not. So this is the kind of, these are tricky elements that you want to avoid. So avoid getting into something. I feel like there's a friends with benefits here thing, and I feel like you're just getting into shark infested territory, okay? That's my feeling. Like for girl friendships, I feel like it's very strong. Okay, for girl-guy friendships with benefits, I feel like you're headed down the drama road. Okay, so I'm gonna leave off there. The sun is things turning out okay at the end of the day, so don't get discouraged. Any tests that you're going through, you will pass. You know, any test for the universe, you're gonna get through it. So it's just, again, it's a gateway. It's a door that you have to walk through. And in time things will change again and shift and change. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to leave off there. I know there's always more that I could do, but this is a 40-minute video, so I'm going to end here. And, you know, thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing, Google Plusing all my videos. I really appreciate it. I send you big hugs, like I always do. Big hugs. Big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care. All the best. Bye.